And it's time for some more Minecraft and Formula 1 stuff. Oh no. I just remember Tom Clarkson will be no with a Fun Nation podcast. God damn it. So that's something. And then we have P1's driver ratings, and I believe that's it. And also we have some Minecraft music. But the biggest thing, we are at the 1,700 fishes collected. So it's just 1,000 left. And this. So 1,700. 2,700. Let's see, do I have any? Only 3. Yeah, let's see. Well, let's start this. The cats are annoying. See, can we get one? That looked like. Yep. First fish for today. I'm briny grey red. And let's see, can we get one more? Nope. Blue tang. Is this one? Nope. Probably the black tang. Okay. Let's remove that one. Let's see. Let's see what it's. See, tomorrow. Yeah, in 2 days. The Austria. And the Austria race will happen. And yeah, will it be one more race when London Norris could win? But will not win. Rebel will keep their so-called domination that doesn't look like domination, but they still win, so maybe Max Verstappen domination. So one more, 2 more fishes for the collection. We have now blockfish pink purple and cob light gray gray. Yeah, but let's start with the P1. And let's see what they have. The driver like this, man. Let's see, can. Yeah, I was thinking like, who could more got the. I mean, they're scoring 1 to 10. Which people could get 10? I feel like Max Verstappen is 100% a 10. I mean, Lando Norris got pole position, so he can maybe get to 9. Who more? Oh, one more fish for the collection. one more. The for real, one more for the collection. Snooper brown pink. Clownfish. That must be a blue tang. Something we don't want. That doesn't look like any fish for the collection. Not here either. Okay, let's go down so we can remove some stuff from the inventory. But yeah, I think like Max Verstappen is the only one that can actually get 10 points. But if I know them well, they will probably give points for stupid stuff. This way. No, I need to fix the trident problem I have. Too many tridents in the shulker box. Or too few. Yeah, but let's start it. Oh shit, we need sound.
Our Spanish Grand Prix F1
driver
ratings. This video is sponsored.
Logan Soin will probably get maybe a 1 or 0.
By the wonderful people over at Squarespace, the all-in-one website platform. Driver ratings and start with out and succeed online.
No.
Okay, let's get into the driver ratings and start.
Let's see, Kevin Magnussen. Right?
Start with Kevin Magnussen.
Okay, Kevin Magnussen. Let's see, what did he do? I mean, maybe. No, I don't. Man, the fuck did he do? Oh shit, we have this clownfish we need to get removed also. Let's see. Yeah, we want schedule because we want to go to the Spain race. Then we want to results. Let's see. Kevin Magnussen finished 17th. Man, maybe 5 or 4. I don't know. Can't be much.
Magnussen qualified 16th, started 16th, finished 17th. It's going to be a whopping straight down the middle 5 out of 10 from me for Kevin Magnussen. Look, 5-second penalty for a false start aside. What a calm, composed weekend. Kevin Magnussen. Nothing too crazy. Of course, we got to see the penalty graphic, which felt like home to see that come up for K-Mag. But apart from that, quite an anonymous weekend for Kevin. Yeah, it was a pretty didn't really see him. Let's put it that way.
No, I've gone for a 4 out of 10 for K-Mag.
Oh,
yeah,
4.
Hulkenberg showed that points were maybe a possibility. It was, of course, always difficult based on when the fact that everyone finished the race. But Magnussen qualified poorly again compared to his teammate. Jump start, not the best, and then has finished down the order as well. So can't give him a straight down the middle. Got to give him a little bit of a bad grade.
Yeah, true.
Fair enough. Good slander point. Can see your point, and now maybe.
I mean, also Kevin Magnussen. The only time when he was good, it was against Mick Schumacher. But it was Mick Schumacher second year, or first year in actually a real car. Or car, a Formula 1 car. So Hulkenberg shows maybe how Kevin Magnussen maybe isn't that good anymore.
Maybe we should give him a 4, but that's fine. We're sticking with a 5, and the fans also gave K-Mag a 5. Nico Hulkenberg qualified 13th.
Ooh, he was close to... he finished 11. Yeah, 11. What could he get? You could say 7. Or maybe an 8 if you wanna give Trident. No, it sounded like it was 2 Tridents. Somebody that wanted to attack me. It is? Fuck me. Man, can I get at least 1 Trident from these zombies? Oh, fuck me, this is most epic fight ever. Man, maybe they should do this in Minecraft. Oh, so Nate killed itself. Fucking suicide. So no Trident probably. Yep, no Trident. And then we have a lot of fucking Tridents that we can't take. Also, I wonder if this is a new thing. They disappear so fast. Let's see how fast do they disappear. Because I remember they staying longer, but maybe that's something I thought. One more fish for the collection. Okay, let's see. Hulkenberg, will it get up 7 points?
13th, started 13th, finished 11th.
I've gone for a 6 out of 10 for Nico Hulkenberg.
6 points?
Maybe points were on. He had a great start, battling a Red
6
Bull.
points.
And Sergio Perez, of course. But I think that's more on Perez's form at the moment. Yeah, the 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane may have cost him. I know he finished more than 5 seconds behind Ocon, but maybe it would have given him a bit more of a chance if he had been
He
few
could
seconds
have.
behind him at the end and really gone for it.
Okie dokie, I have gone for a 7 out of 10 for
Oh,
Nico
7.
Hulkenberg, because I think it was a very good effort to finish 11th place
Nice.
in a race where everybody finished. Yeah, he pitted from lap 12, then on to the mediums, then was on the hards at the end, and we all know how bad the hards were. So to still finish 11th, I think is a very good effort from Nico. He had a very good start as well. It's worth mentioning, making up 3 places, which gave him a good opportunity to potentially score a point. The fans gave Nico Hulkenberg a 6. Let's quickly
6?
chat about our sponsor for this video, Squarespace.
No, go away. I don't want to hear anything about Squarespace.
Nu är det högtryck hela
And then we get a normal...
sommaren. Nya vinster varje dag.
True! Not...
Started 15th, finished 30th.
Oh shit.
Zhou Guanyu qualified 15th, started 15th, finished 13th.
13. I would say a 5.
It is going to be
Or 6.
a 7 out of 10 for Zhou
7.
Guanyu. I think it was a very good effort in that stake
Okay, I
car
cannot
that
see.
has had some
Oh, shit.
upgrades this weekend, and clearly they've taken a step forward from being...
Let's see. Yeah, continue.
last on the grid. So that's a great job from them. And I think Zhou had a very good weekend. Of course, didn't score any points. Didn't really get close to the points, but we think about where he's come from and how much he's improved from qualifying 20th and just being at the back languishing, gotta commend it. So Joe's had a very good weekend, and that's why I am giving him a 7.
He's also getting a 7 from me. Decent drive. More what he should be doing, it has to be said. Seemed like every time we saw him on screen, he was passing or letting through Bottas. I think the stakes did a different strategy from each other. Joe had a really good race at Barcelona last year, so it'd be interesting to see going forward if this is just his absolute goated track and he's really good around here and can get a good result.
The fans gave him a 6. Yeah. Valtteri Bottas qualified 12th, started 12th, finished 16th.
4.
Have gone for a 5 out of 10. Don't think it was entirely his fault that the race went the way it did. It went for a different strategy that didn't quite work, but nothing spectacular either, so gone for a 5.
Interesting. I am going to go with a 4 out of 10 for Bottas. I think that it was a reasonably poor race from Valtteri, considering he's had the upper hand over Zhou quite significantly, and he finished 20-30 seconds behind his teammate, so it was quite the disaster for him. Of course, as he said, the strategy didn't work, but got to try and make it work in some regards. And of course, he went from soft to soft and then onto the hard.
Of course, like Carlos Sainz and Russell need to do. Just make the bad tires work.
Hards very early on lap 28, so I do wonder if Bottas just wasn't able to manage those soft tyres like the others.
So
the fans
4.
gave Bottas a 5. Yuki Tsunoda qualified 17th, started 17th, finished 19th. I am going.
Maybe, 3.
Going for a 4 out of 10 for Yuki Tsunoda. You would think that a 19th place for an RB that's been scoring points left, right and centre would maybe constitute a 2, but the car quite clearly with both drivers was pretty shocking. It just didn't work out at all. I think Yuki went for a 3-stop strategy, which is wild. The pace was nowhere and he struggled to drive. So a weekend to forget for Yuki, for sure.
I've gone for a 4
And hopefully
out of 10
it will.
as well for Yuki Tsunoda. Tough weekend. 5-second penalty, of course, speeding in the pit lane. Not ideal. Still like qualified Daniel Ricciardo, but then his race was poor and dropped back. It's one of those races where, yes, he's not in his usual place, but it's quite clear from what his teammate did as well, and just generally RB all weekend, that it's down to the car, and that car has not worked.
The fans
Nope.
gave Yuki Tsunoda a...
Or you can say the upgrade for the car didn't work. The car did.
4. Daniel Ricciardo now qualified 18th, started 18th, finished 15th.
I have gone
6.
for a 5 out of 10. A very average race in a car that wasn't very good this weekend, and they need to find out why. They have essentially gone backwards with upgrades, because not good at all for RB, but just nothing to shout about, really.
No, nothing to shout about. I've gone for a 5 out of 10 as well. Daniel doing a 2-stop as opposed to Yuki's 3, and of course finished 15th, so I give him a slightly better grade. Didn't get a drive-through, a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane like Yuki did, and a slightly cleaner weekend. I think he even said that he maximised his weekend, so maybe Daniel did actually drive a 10 out of 10 race, but we will never know with him down in 15th.
The beauty of Formula One.
And the fans also gave Daniel Ricciardo a 5 out of 10. Logan Sargent qualified 20th,
A 2.
started 19th and finished 20th. It is a 3 out of 10. Just another
3.
Logan
Why
Sargent
not a
race.
2?
He didn't end up in the wall, so that gets an extra point. Very disappointed with qualifying. That was the opportunity to out-qualify Albon. Didn't. Started last. What is going on? He's saying as a team it was a pretty terrible weekend. I'm like, bro, can we take some of that blame? Because Albon's going in the gravel and still beating you by 26.5 seconds.
And he started from the pits.
And he started from the
One
Alex
more
Albon
fish
could have
for the
started in
collection.
Canada and probably still won.
I have gone for a 3 out of 10. It was going to be a 2, but you've kind of convinced me that
Oh,
it hasn't.
close
gone
to
off.
mine.
But it's still incredibly poor from him, because maybe his excuse the whole time was that he's been wanting a car that can get me on a level playing field with Albon, and it seems like he's got more upgrades this weekend and can do that, and he's absolutely way off And then when Albon's even starting in the pit lane, he's finishing behind him, and then finishing behind him by such a long way. Quite crazy.
The fans gave Logan a 2. Alex Albon qualified 19th, started from the pit lane and finished 18th.
5.
I've gone for a 5 out of 10, maybe. This is a very difficult one because his teammates obviously done extremely poor. It is another one of those where Alex Albon might have had the greatest race of all time, apart from going off, of course. But I don't think he could do anything. I think Williams were clearly the worst car this weekend. So, you know, to finish ahead of an RB maybe is something.
I'm going to give him a 4 because he made that mistake and went into the gravel. Wasn't able to do any sort of Alex Albon special things in qualifying. So I think it was a poor weekend for Williams as a whole, but also Albon wasn't really making much of the difference that sometimes drivers can make in poor cars. So yeah, I'm going to give him just under because of mainly because of that mistake that he went off as well, where he lost quite a bit of time. And the fans gave Alex a 5. Esteban Ocon qualified 9th, started 8th, finished 10th. I am locking in an 8 out of 10 for Esteban Ocon. Congratulations, sir. You scored a point in an Alpine.
Oh, wait.
An 8 out of 10 for Esteban. So I think it was a poor weekend for Williams as a whole, but also Albon wasn't really making much of the difference that sometimes drivers can make in poor cars. So yeah, I'm going to give him just under because of mainly because of that mistake that he went off as well, where he lost quite a bit of time. And the fans gave Alex a 5. Esteban Ocon qualified 9th, started 8th, finished 10th. I am
Started 9th. Yeah, I can say 8 also.
locking in an 8 out of 10 for Esteban Ocon. Congratulations, sir. You scored a point in an Alpine. And Alpine looked quick this weekend. He got into Q3. He drove a decently quiet race. Not as good as Gasly, but I still think it deserves a high grade, just purely because he's scoring points in a car that looked like it was never going to score a point ever again at the start of the season. So he also suspected he might have some front floor damage, thinking that he might have had something wrong with the car because it was really difficult to drive. But either or, scored a point. Well done, Ocon. 8 out of 10.
I've also gone for an 8 out of 10 for Ocon. Big turnaround for Alpine this weekend. Ocon was not the better driver, but still a good race to deliver points because essentially, like, they've been given that opportunity and he's got a points finish. So that's a bit of calm is what Alpine needed, and that's what he delivered. So fair enough.
Absolutely. And the fans gave Ocon a 7. Pierre Gasly qualified 7th, started 7th, finished 9th.
I have gone
8, I would say.
for a 10 out of 10 for
What?
Pierre Gasly. I think it was an absolutely brilliant race, maximised
Why?
everything he could do. Quarter of a second clear of his teammate in qualifying. The Alpine essentially was decent around here, and Gasly made the most of it and more.
I would say 8, but it could also be 9.
Without the slow pit stop, he would have even beat
He's better than Esteban Ocon, so need more points.
Perez potentially as well, so can't take anything away from him.
Wow. Good lord, we've got a Gasly fanboy in the house. Love that.
Oh,
I've gone for a
always
9 out
been.
of 10. I can't quite give him a 10, but it was still a very...
Ever since I started in Alfa Tauri, I always been a Gasly fan. So when I joined Alpine, I'm still behind Gasly to beat Esteban
very,
Ocon.
very good weekend for Gasly to score
And
a couple
then
of
he did.
points. Beat his teammate by 11 seconds is no mean feat when those two are very usually quite closely matched in literally every session they ever take part in. So yeah, Gasly definitely was the better of the two Alpines, so I'm going to give him a 9. The fans gave him an 8, so they do not agree with that 10 out of 10. That is...
This is why they can't be trusted with driver of the day vote.
Oh, wow, way to go. Moving swiftly on, Lance Stroll, qualified 14th,
Lance Stroll.
started 14th, finished 14th.
4.
And it is a 4 out of 10. I don't really know how he's not beaten Fernando Alonso, who's not had the best weekend. Like, every time I saw Alonso, he just looked like he was driving a tractor.
One more fish for the
of course, Lance is in the
collection.
same car, but
Briny
it was
Black.
pretty poor weekend for Stroll. Finished near on 15 seconds behind Alonso at the end. And did we even really see him in the entire race? Not really.
Lance Stroll got
In these territories, men will come try
And we
you.
can skip it. skip.
Gone for a 5 out of 10. What is there to say about his weekend? Just nothing really happened, did it? Aston Martin isn't there. He didn't deliver anything special, but yeah, it's 5 out of 10.
And the fans gave Lance a 5 out of 10. Fernando Alonso qualified 11th, started 10th, finished 12th.
It's 10 out of 10 for Fernando Alonso. Max might no.
Faktiskt
5 out of 10. Fernando Alonso qualified 11th, started 10th, finished 12th.
It's 10.
det... 6.
10 out of 10 for Fernando Alonso. Max might no, of course it's not. It's difficult though. I've gone for a 6. Again, could have been the greatest race, and Alonso loves to say this as well, doesn't he? Could have been the greatest race of his entire career, wrestling that dustbin, because we saw that Aston Martin. I was convinced he had damage. It looked so bad through every single corner. He was fighting the car. Looked like he was on like a wet track or something, the way he was wrestling the car through the corners, and it was just going off. But Aston Martin just, oh my god, it's just shocking really, isn't it?
I've gone for a 5 out of 10 for Fernando Alonso. Obviously better than Lance Stroll, but he's finishing 18 odd seconds behind a point. Fernando Alonso, you think he's going to make the difference, but I don't think he really can at the moment in that car. But yeah, it was just a race of just trying to survive by the looks of things for Alonso. So it's a 5 out of 10 from me, and the fans gave Alonso a 5 as well. Oscar Piastri qualified 10th, started 9th, finished 7th.
7.
It's going to be a 6 out of 10 for Oscar Piastri this weekend from me.
It should be a 7.
One of his poorer weekends, of course, made that mistake in qualifying, and I know we more focus on the race, but that mistake in qualifying, starting 10th, would have been 9th. It would have been 9th, of course, with Perez's penalty, but still, it just put him on the back foot from there. Took him quite a while to make it through the pack, and you know he finished quite a large chunk behind Lando Norris at the end, around half a minute or so. It looks like the McLaren was the quickest car, and to finish 7th, it's not good enough for Oscar this weekend.
I've gone for a 6 out of 10 as well. You've basically said everything that I was going to say in terms of it all came undone in qualifying, which is normally where Oscar, that's his strongest kind of thing at the moment. His raw speed is incredible. And then when Lando's there, absolutely distraught that he's finished 2nd in the Grand Prix and saying that McLaren was the fastest car today, it's a missed opportunity. Oscar, you know, you can't be finishing P7 in that car, so
why not?
Yeah, one to forget for Oscar Piastri.
The fans gave Oscar a 7. Lando Norris qualified
same
first,
like me.
started first, finished 2nd.
Oh, let's see. 9th.
I've gone for a 9 out of 10. There's 2 sides to this. I think Lando unfairly gets criticised for his driving and making mistakes and stuff. But at the end of the day, he stuck it on pole when his teammate was 10th, and he's finished 2nd when his teammate was 7th. So you do have to commend him in that sense that he's done a good job. But he knows he's wasted an opportunity there. It all came undone at the start. He got some wheel spin. He did
and George Russell ruined
everything he could in that situation to try and stop Max. Lando's maybe fortunate that Max didn't go straight into the grass and lose about 4 places, because otherwise I think it would have been a penalty.
Not that the stewards look at consequence.
No, they don't, apparently. It was a great drive, but it's a missed win.
Yes.
This is why it can't be a 10.
Of course, yes. I think it was still near on excellent.
Thanks
Norris
to
this
George
weekend. It's
Russell.
a 9 out of 10 for me as well. Of course, all lost at the start. That's the only place that we can really fault him. After that, he drove a very good race from where he was. Of course, got stuck behind Russell. But once he got through there, he showed that the McLaren was, the fastest car. Unfortunately, a missed opportunity for Lando, but he's in this position. He can be happy about the fact that he's at McLaren now and they're fighting for wins, which is not something I think he would have maybe predicted at this point in the season. But yeah, so it's a 9 out of 10 from me, and the fans also gave Lando a 9. Carlos Sainz qualified 6th, started 6th.
Oh my god, and Peter Reserve wondered why he stayed at McLaren when he couldn't get a contract with Mercedes. Man, Peter Reserve, the belief in Mercedes / Lewis Hamilton is so depressing. all this knowledge you have, and then you still believe fucking Mercedes is still a team that knowledge should have went to.
Finished 6th. I am going for a 7 out of 10 for Carlos Sainz.
Oh shit. Yeah, sure.
For what the Ferrari
7.
is, it was a good weekend for Carlos. He was in the mix with Charles. He got given the worst strategy, so I'm not going to downgrade him any more than a 7, just purely because I think that he drove what he could with the strategy he was given. Either or, I still think it was a decent weekend for Carlos, and it's a 7.
Yep, I've gone for a 7 out of 10 as well for Carlos. It's still a decent drive. You know, I could say exactly the same thing for the next driver. That the sad reality for Ferrari is, I think they've still kind of maximised the result here. You'd say, but unfortunately for Ferrari, that's no longer 2nd and 3rd. It's now 5th and 6th.
The fans gave Carlos Sainz a 7 out of 10 as well. Charles Leclerc qualified 5th, started 5th, finished 5th.
Oh, 8.
Gone for an 8. This is a really difficult one because essentially, like, I think he's only. It was really close, and he's beaten them because he's got a much better strategy. But I am going to give him an 8
for the collection
because he drove well at the start and stayed out a lot longer on the tyres to make that strategy happen. But yeah, I'll give Leclerc an 8.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's didn't Carlos Sainz succeed with. He couldn't stay out so long. That we want to take out, and then we can place down more. Then you
I've gone for a 7 out of 10 for Charles Leclerc.
Why? Wait, did he give 8 for Carlos Sainz?
Mainly because, and that's the thing that you were sort of wondering, I've gone for a 7.499999.
Can I
but
change
is
it?
a
I
7.
just remembered him.
Yeah.
No. I've just remembered his
go.
very naughty thing in practice, and I think he should have got a grid penalty, and he's a very lucky man. So.
Oh wow, you're going to downgrade him.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
fine enough. Just like
completely
everything
forgot
else,
about
to be
that.
fair.
But to be fair, I think he's so fortunate that he didn't get a penalty that actually, yeah, he does get a 7. That's my punishment
No,
for you, Charles.
8.
I'm sure you're going to cry yourself to sleep tonight.
Yeah, that's the
you a 7.
0.1 downgrade to put him down to a 7. Okay, 7 from me as well. I think that he wasn't fortunate in the sense of he did create that strategy for himself.
Yeah, he created so fucking 8. You fucking retard.
Going that much longer on the soft tyres, but it just turned out to be a better strategy. I don't think that Charles drove much better of a race than Carlos Sainz.
Well, he did, so he could use the better strategy.
And that's why I'm going to give them both a 7 out of 10. The fans gave Charles a 7 as well.
Charles
George
should get
Russell
an
qualified
8.
4th, started 4th, finished 4th.
8.
4th. I'm giving George Russell a 9 out of 10. I think that it was. I mean, it was a really impressive race from Russell once again, just purely because he put himself in that position to score a really decent race, and I think that
Then he didn't.
was it not for the slow stop and the rubbish strategy, he would have been right up there. He would have beaten Hamilton. I am convinced of that, and finished on the podium, and we
So
would have
8.
been lauding a decent drive. So I'm sort of putting that to one side because the hard tyres at the end we saw with both Russell and Sainz were rubbish. So yeah, I'm commending George Russell very highly on this one. 9 out of 10.
I've gone for an 8 out of 10 for George Russell. Great
True.
move at the start.
Should be 8.
Was unfortunate to get the strategy he did because it was the worst strategy, but it's still a good drive. So it's an 8 out of 10 for George.
The fans gave George an 8 as well. Lewis Hamilton qualified 3rd, started 3rd, finished 3rd.
I've gone for a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I would say 9, but maybe a 10. Yeah, I think I will give it a 10.
Lewis Hamilton, much more impressive from Hamilton. I do think if he'd got George Russell start, it might have been a very different race for him.
Oh my god, he could maybe done something more.
A missed opportunity again at the start.
So
which is
maybe a
why it's
9,
not,
okay.
A 10, but it really does look like they are really pushing towards the front now, particularly as the Red Bull is going. It's really slipping into that pack now of everyone else. So yeah, 9 out of 10 for Lewis.
You mean what Paris have already done? that Max Verstappen doesn't do.
I've also gone for a 9 out of 10 for Lewis Hamilton. I think it's a similar situation, Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz. I don't think there was... I mean, the only differing factor, I think, between Hamilton and Russell was the start. Hamilton had a poor one, Russell had a great one. Hamilton made the better strategy work as well, and they were much closer, I think, than perhaps some other races that we've seen recently. So Hamilton deserves a very high grade as well. So it's a 9 out of 10 from me. And the fans gave Lewis a 9 as well. Sergio Perez qualified 8th, started 11th, and finished 8th.
Oh, I would give it 8.
3 out of 10
No,
for Sergio
8.
Perez. Yes, he did score 4 points, but he finished 1 minute, I believe it was, behind his teammate. I'm always speechless when I talk about Perez. I would love to see him up there fighting. I want to see him up there fighting because it's much more fun when we have more cars all fighting in the top 5 or 6. But Perez did not have pace at any stage of the weekend. To finish 8th in a car that, again, your teammates just won the race a minute down the road. Yeah, he would have been stuck in some traffic, but that's all self-inflicted.
Yep.
Now some people, I don't understand. Okay.
Bara färskt bröd.
Ah, one more.
Smakar färskt. Prova
We
vårt
can skip.
osötade surdegsbröd Löfven.
I've also gone.
But if you want, I mean, if Perez is up there, it will be harder for Leclerc or Norris to win a race. If Norris or if Perez isn't there, it will be more easily for Charles Leclerc and Norris to win. So, do you want them to win so McLaren and Ferrari can win more? Or do you only want Red Bull to win?
For a 3 out of 10. It was a poor weekend again. Even
With a poor, he got to Q3 and he outqualified Lug Sargent.
a normal track where he's not made a mistake or gone off, or it's tricky conditions. He's just finished a minute behind his teammate on the road. You know, when Max is winning the race brilliantly, he should not be locked
Also, this talking point 1 minute behind. Yeah, and why the fuck is that? Fuck
in a
me.
battle with the 2 Alpines. Like, that is shocking. Not looking good for Perez, but like you say, I want him to turn his form around because it's more fun if he's at the front.
The fans
Oh, will it? That makes Charles Leclerc and Norris will less likely to win a race. Is that more fun? That Red Bull is the only one that are fighting for wins?
gave Perez a 4. Max
No, it
Verstappen
should be
qualified
8.
second, started second, finished first.
It is
10.
a 10 out of 10 for Max Verstappen. Didn't get pole position, of course, but second race in a row. I genuinely believe, and even drivers admitting it themselves, that the Red Bull was not the fastest car this weekend. And he's done it again. He's won the race. His move on George Russell was absolutely sensational. Like, it's textbook. Like, I've watched it back, and it is just like on the limit, the best kind of Formula One, where they are like side by side through the corner. There is literally a car's width for him to make that move, and he does it. It's just so damn good, and it's actually really enjoyable to see Max, you know, have to fight for it now because it's more fun, and he's literally like proving all these people that just think it was just the car wrong, because second race in a row now, and the car is not there this year, but he is still, has to be said, like dominating the season.
I mean, when you say the car is not there, obviously it is there. It's
Yeah,
just
it's there.
not-
It's not where it was
It's
last
not
year.
gone. It's a 10 out of 10 for me as well for Max Verstappen. It's just, this is what makes him so devastating to race against, that even if you have the fastest car, you know Max will be there, you know he'll fight tooth and nail, and that move on Russell was so important. Had he got stuck behind George for a couple more laps, the soft tyres start to overheat a little bit, perhaps he gets stuck, and
One
then that will
more
give Norris the
fish for
opportunity
the
to win the
collection.
race in the slightly
True.
faster McLaren by the sounds of it. That was really important. He won by 2.2 seconds. There was no safety cars. That could have come down to the wire had Max not made that unbelievable move into turn 1, and then just managed his race from there, and you can't fault him. It's a 10 from me, and the fans also gave Max a 10 out of 10. So who is our P1? Well, for me, it's Max Verstappen because he's the only driver I've given a 10 to this
100%
weekend.
Max
Of course,
Verstappen always.
Russell Hamilton came close with some 9s and Lando as well.
Pierre
but
Gasly 9. That's
it's Max. It's always
weird.
Max.
I gave Pierre Gasly a 10 and Max a 10, but sorry, Pierre, it's not as good as Max's drive. So yeah, Max Verstappen P1 again.
Whoop whoop, and that is it. We are done here for the driver ratings
One more fish for the collection.
Spanish Grand Prix. But do not sweat. We are back once again and again after that. The Austrian and British Grand Prix will be live
true.
on Twitch. Sprint weekend, don't forget.
Oh, fuck me,
this weekend
sprint
for
race.
Austria. So lots of sessions coming up, little practice, and lots of watch-alongs and lots of podcasts. Bye.
Let's see. I'm gonna. Yeah, I believe. Maybe there's too much hate on Perez. Give him a 4 or 3. At least should be a 5. And that's mean. Give me a shot a score. But yeah, everything else feel like what I was close to, what I was thinking. And let's see, then we have F1 Nation. Let's see what they have to with Tom Clarkson. Probably nothing fun, but let's see.
But Max was in control.
He's been pushed all the way, but Max Verstappen wins once again in Formula One and takes the checkered flag in Spain.
did.
Hurried home by Lando Norris, who takes second place, 2.2 seconds at the checkered flag.
We're definitely not the quickest out there today, but we did everything well, strategy, so... Yes.
It doesn't matter really, does it? I should have won at the start. The car was amazing, well done, deserved more.
McLaren had the fastest car this weekend, so why and how did Red Bull end up on top? Welcome to the Barcelona paddock for F1 Nation's review of the Spanish Grand Prix. This is going to be a game of 2 halves. Sat next to me, I have former McLaren driver and current
One
Aston
more
Martin ambassador Pedro de la Rosa, and
the
once
collection.
he's finished interviewing in the TV pen, we'll be joined by ESPN's Juan Fosaroli. So Pedro, let's get your initial reaction to that 66-lap race.
Yeah, it was generally a really interesting Grand Prix, very tactical with 2 stops, even some people doing 3 stops, so there was plenty of action in the pit stops. There was a fantastic start by especially George Russell, which proved that you don't not only need to make a good start, you also need to get a good toe in this circuit, you know, from pole position to the first corners over 600
Yeah,
meters.
but man, that because they succeeded to get past George Russell didn't, but I mean, get past Lando Norris and Max Verstappen. That ruined Lando Norris' race so much. Man, but the race could have been so much better if Lando Norris and Max Verstappen could actually do the fight on the track than Lando Norris just driving behind Max Verstappen the whole race.
And then to beat Max Verstappen, you not only need to have a better car, possibly, but you
Yeah,
also
and also have not maybe a George Russell or a safety car. They ruined everything. So maybe Austria can actually be the second win, or maybe something else will ruin Lando Norris' chance to win
also
again.
need to make 0 mistakes. The moment you leave the door a bit open or you brake a bit early into the turn 1.
Oh my god, yeah, that. If he didn't brake early, he would maybe make George Russell not get past him. Because he braked early, he made so George Russell can more easily get past. And then take the lead. Man. And all of that made the race so boring.
that's it's game over. He's just a very strong driver, possibly the most complete driver out there.
Let's talk about that.
The fuck who? Talking about George Russell or Lando Norris? Or was it Max Verstappen? Man, he didn't mention Lewis Hamilton.
Gripping battle for victory now, and we'll start by hearing from the two drivers who fought very hard to beat each other. Lando Norris and first Max Verstappen.
It wasn't straightforward. I mean, at the start, I think it was quite critical to get ahead of Lando, looking at it now. And then I think also what was very important was getting ahead of George, you know, so that first thing that I could eke out a bit of a gap. And
yeah, everything went down because George Russell get past him in the beginning. And that Max Verstappen then could pass George Russell without any problems. And Lando Norris couldn't. Man, such a rigged race.
I think that all worked well. Then I think we're quite aggressive on the strategy as a team with our pit stops. So I think as a whole package performance, we had a good race. You know, we really tried to maximize everything. But I do think that we're struggling a bit for the optimum pace, lacking a bit of tire deg towards the end of every stint. So it wasn't a very straightforward, easy race. I mean, Lando was catching quite hard at the end, but luckily it worked out, that it was just enough.
As you say, Lando was catching you at the end. Do you think you or Lando had the fastest car today?
I can only, of course, speak about myself, and I think we are struggling a little bit for that outright pace, it felt like. Plus, I feel like, we didn't have the best tire life today compared to Lando. It just seemed like he could push a bit more in some...
And that makes this race so more depressing. I mean, it sounds like it could have been the most amazing fight ever. Lando Norris and Max Verstappen, who can keep the tires the longest, who will in the end be leading the race across the line. And then everything just went away when George Russell took the lead. And where did he then finish? Fucking fourth. Like, what a waste to get do such a great start when you still will just throw that away like in Canada.
Corners, and of course we were a bit offset at one point with the tires as well, because he went a bit longer in the first stint, but we still optimize everything. I mean, I can't really say that we did something wrong in the race, but we just need to try and find more performance.
All right, very well done today. Thank you. Max, Lando, let's come to you now. Big picture, first of all, how would you sum up your race to P2?
Not good enough.
That's not a mean question. Sum up your bad race. You fucked the start. You get passed by George Russell. You didn't get past George Russell. You had to go into the... No, you didn't go in the pit. You stay out longer to maybe do something different. And, I mean, it somewhat worked, but you still didn't win. Yeah, tell me about that.
Enough. Simply because we should have won today, I think.
True.
To answer the question you asked, Max, I think we had the quickest car, but I just lost it at the start, you know, and then I couldn't get past George for the first stint, so I think we quite easily had the best car out there today. I just didn't do it.
Fuck George Russell. Ruin everything. The Spain can actually been a fun race to watch, and then no.
Good enough job off the line, and then that one thing cost me everything, so from turn 2...
Oh shit, one more fish for the collection on... Let's see. White, brown glitter. Yeah, white, brown glitter. Continue, Lando Norris.
Onwards, 10 out of 10. I don't think I could have done much more, and I think as a team we did the perfect strategy, and I was very happy with what we did. But the one part at the start, the 1% elsewhere, wasn't good enough.
Well, talk us through the start, Lando. Was it too much?
Man, Tom Clarkson, the fuck are you doing? You're just smearing all the depression on Lando Norris. You said you had a bad start. Can you explain why the fuck you did such a bad start? Can you, in every detail, please? We really need to know how you fucked that up.
Much wheel spin, or what happened on the run down to turn 1?
No, I mean, my initial launch I think was better than Max. The second phase, the drive out, was not as good. I don't know anything more than that apart from Max got alongside me. And let's say if George wasn't there, I think I still could have kept on to first around turn 1. But George had a run on both of us, you know. So even if my start was 1 or 2 meters better, which I think was all I probably could have done, just the long run down to turn 1, the slipstream from the Mercedes on both Max and myself was more than anything that I could have done. So
True.
I almost think George would have led no matter what, even if my start was 2 meters better. That's what happens in Barcelona, and George got a good start, and I couldn't do anything about that. So I settled in. I had to take third in turn 2 because if I break 2 meters later, I think I would have taken everyone out with me. So
maybe you should have. Then people will maybe be happy with no. Fucking Lewis Hamilton win. That would be disgusting. Because then Lewis Hamilton's fan will celebrate. Can't let them have any happiness.
I made the correct decision of backing out and kind of letting George have it. But today we were the quickest. We had the best car. I had the best car out there, and I didn't maximize it. You know, the start.
I still love it. McLaren having the best car, and what the fuck is Mercedes doing? The past 3 years. There's now they maybe have a decent car that they can maybe start. Then last year better off, and then the new, I don't know, the new stuff 2026. We change the car again. Maybe make Mercedes bad again.
It's down to me, and with a good start, we easily should have won.
So was it all down to the start, Pedro?
Yes.
Was it the fact that Lando, in his words, made a mess at the start?
It was.
I think the start obviously was very important because first lap he was P3, you know, he lost not only 1 position, but he lost 2. I think that what really damaged Lando's chances of winning this race was the fact that he couldn't overtake on the first few laps George.
Yeah,
I think
for
those
some
laps
reason.
behind George, managing the tires on that first stint, paid off, you know, towards the end of the race. He was faster than Max at the end, but it was just, there was not enough. Also, there's some things that we have to analyze, because I think that there's a point in the race, a very interesting moment, where Lando and McLaren team have to decide if they go for victory or they settle for second. Do they cover Lewis Hamilton, that was coming with new tires and had done a pit stop and was on soft tires, or they decide just to forget about covering him, extending their second stint and just go for a soft tire towards the end with a bigger delta the entire life to Max. And they decided to pit.
Yeah, a Sunstreak, light grey. How many? Let's see. It should be 8, 10. So 5 more for this silky box. Let's see. Yeah. We will slowly progress to get him to 2,700.
To cover Luis, not having to go through what he had to do with George before, and therefore they ended up the race with a similar tire life on both the soft that Verstappen had, and it was a brand new set for Max and Lando that had used his new set of softs at the beginning. So basically,
oh yeah, that happened also. Max Verstappen had old tires in the start, and Lando Norris had new tires. So that made the start even worse when he didn't stay P1. Because then Max Verstappen had the new tires in the end, and Norris had old tires. Man, what a depressing race. So hopefully Norris can one day get one more win.
They had a 3 life difference in tire life, but it was actually a new tire for Max, an old tire for Lando, which was the tire delta was 0.
Given that McLaren had better tyre life and a faster car in that race, do you think they're going to be in the debrief right now, just behind us, thinking we
One
should
more
have been more
fish
aggressive?
for the collection.
Well, I mean, it's
Orange
very easy
pink.
to say after, you know, we should have done this or the other. But the reality is that when Max had to be aggressive, when Max had to
One more.
play his cards, he did it. And after that, he just had to manage the race as best as possible, but always in a very intelligent manner. I think what they did today was... but you cannot do this without a driver like Max. I think that the bottom line is that Max is... he's a fantastic guy when he starts on pole position, but he's even possibly a stronger driver when he's not on pole position.
He is sensational at the moment, isn't he? But can I take you back to the start? Racing driver head on, Pedro now. Lando says that he didn't make the ideal getaway. He actually thinks he made a better start than Max, the initial getaway. But I would argue strongly that he became too obsessed with Max and went too far to the right-hand
Could
side,
be
and
true.
that just gave George Russell a clean sweep around the outside of turn 1, and that if he'd stayed a bit to the left, stopped Russell coming through, he could have gone round the outside of Verstappen at turn 1 anyway. Or am I being too harsh?
You might be right. You know, it's just that it's so difficult when you are you're starting a race and you just your mind is not on looking elsewhere. You're looking to the guy that's trying to overtake you at that moment, which was Max. So yeah,
He could maybe have done similar mistake that Autosport did in the 500 IndyCar race. Drove too much on the side of the track and then maybe... let's see, one more fish for the collection. Yeah, lost the chance to win. Clayfish, yellow, black. Oh shit, we need to remove that one. But then George Russell did something similar, I think. He tried to protect against Lando Norris, but it felt like Lando Norris didn't even try to do anything, and George Russell just ruined the racing line for himself. That then made Lando Norris more easily to overtake him.
he got obsessed on Max, but that's something that I would have done. Every racing driver would have done. Now, in hindsight, what you know he should have done, which is very easy, and to say he should have stayed on the racing line, the clean line, brake later than Max, who was on the inside, you know. And
or so could have who was behind? Let's see. We want no, not fast lap. We want starting grid. Yeah, I mean, Lewis Hamilton could have done a better start. That I mean, he could maybe have overtaken or maybe stopped George Russell to get past anything. Or I think Charles Leclerc did a good start. Maybe he could have got even better start or more slipstream. Maybe so George Russell wouldn't get past either. So a lot of people can have stopped George Russell to get past.
and try to keep the first position on the outside. By doing that, he would have blocked in a way George, which got a fantastic tow from Max, then from Lando, and then he braked on the clean line. Anyway, easy to say now, but it was very well played by, I would say, by George generally, because he saw the opportunity. One thing that I really liked about George is the fact that he saw that they were fighting for position. He went for the toe of Max, then for Lando.
Yeah, he went for it and almost had the Charles Leclerc spinning around if he was slightly slower. Because man, that was close. He tried to. I mean, the gap between Lando Norris and Ferrari almost wasn't a gap.
And then he went on the braking on the clean side, you know. So basically, he didn't go immediately to the clean side of the grid. He knew that he had to get the toe from them to actually have a chance to overtake them in the braking into turn 1. So I think it was really good how George played his cards, and Lando, on Lando's view, of course, he was only concentrating on stopping Max somehow.
He also left room on the inside, George, didn't he? So he didn't cut immediately across in front of Lando and Max. He left room, still made the apex of 2. It was a very sort of intelligent overtake.
Well, I mean, it is a bit of everything, you know.
Intelligent. If Lando Norris haven't brake early, they would crash out. If Max Verstappen maybe didn't let George Russell by either, they would crash out. If Charles Leclerc had a better start and he crashed out, the Italian. It only, you do a smart overtake when everyone, I mean, I wouldn't say it is a smart overtake or a good overtake when the other people is to actually make so you can get past. If nobody let you get past and you still get past, then I would say you make a good overtake or an Italian overtake. But if someone breaks early so you can overtake, it's like you don't do actually nothing and get it for free. So one more fish for the collection on Spotty Magnanta Yellow.
He took his chances breaking that late on the clean side, yeah, it's true.
Oh shit,
but on the outside, I mean, if Lando wouldn't have braked that early, because he was the guy that braked first into turn 1, and he would have tried and you know, to brake later than Max and try to keep him covered on the outside, they would have collided, you know, or he would have touched
it. So how Italian was it for George Russell to do this? If Lando Norris didn't see him, what will he say then? Man, that was a really stupid move by George Russell. He shouldn't have tried to overtake Lando Norris and Max Verstappen. Even there's something Perez tried to do in Mexico, I think. And if he stuck the move, people would be amazed about how good that overtake was. But because he didn't succeed, people think he's so stupid that he tried to do it.
Wheels with George. I think what Lando really lost here in the start was the fact that he was, at one point, he was not expecting that George would challenge the position into turn 1. And when he suddenly saw that George was braking and was braking later on the outside on the racing line, that really caught him out, you know, and then he just braked a bit too early, and it was enough for George to overtake both of them.
It was only Lando's second pole position in Formula 1. How much of this is sort of nerves, excitement?
I mean, this is racing, Tom, you know, I mean, there's nothing wrong to what Lando did, you know. I always say that it was Max and George taking better decisions in a given moment.
Fuck off, Tom Clarkson, you know nothing.
Because it's difficult to say that Lando did something wrong or he got obsessed by Max, which he did, but if Lando's start would have been better, we don't know if his clutch slipped or if there was any problem with the clutch map or whatever, you know. So maybe, in fact, Lando did nothing wrong and he just had to live with a poor start. But it is part of racing, you know. There's always
one more fish for the collection.
Just take your chances. It's just that some mistakes are more painful than others,
white.
and especially in Barcelona circuit, where it's overtaking is traditionally
oh shit,
complicated.
one more.
To lose a start, a pole position, it's always very painful, and I understand Lando.
Snooper white. Oh my god, fuck me. We need to.
Shouldn't be too hard on.
Shut the fuck up. Fucking Spotty and man, we need to. Okay, Spotty Snooper. Let's see. We should Change that one out. And now we need to get a nice screenshot of them both. Don't fucking swim away. Okay, nice. How did that screenshot turn out? Screenshots. Bad, I would say. We need one more. Okay, yeah, swim from the glass. Okay, now don't swim. That much should be better. Okay, let's see, we go. And then we change that one. And there we have it. A spotty and a snooper. Let's see, what is the difference? I see the difference, but who is the spotty and who is the snooper? I believe this is the spotty. This must be the snooper. So let's see. Let's see, spotty, snooper. Spotty should be in this bucket, if I'm right. Yes, it was the spotty, and now we need the snooper. Okay, so I was right. So this is the spotty, because it have all the different spots, and snooper, I don't know what the fuck this real snooper look like. It's just white, so hard to tell. Do we have a snooper on us? Snooper. Do we have a snooper? There we have a snooper. Okay. So it's like 50% on color, the 50% on other color. Oh, one more fish for the collection. And blockfish, orange line. Any more? Nope. Oh shit. Yeah, here we have the blockfish orange line. Yeah, it was orange line. Can we have one more? One more fish for the collection, and it's not, it's a black tang. Nothing we want. Okay, continue fucking the guest for Tom Clarkson.
Well, why is he being so harsh on himself? Well,
why? Because he's a fucking someone that want to win. He's not like you. Fucking forever the second place finisher.
I think that it goes to the character of the drivers, you know. I mean, I really like drivers like Lando. Also, Charles is very much like him in the sense.
I mean, have you seen how Max Verstappen feels when he didn't win against Sergio Perez? Was he happy? How happy was his dad? I mean, Monaco, Sergio Perez wins. What happened? So
that
yeah.
There are drivers that when the race is over or they analyze what went wrong, they always are very autocritical. They like to blame themselves in a sense that they also contribute.
So, like he says now, it's not only fucking Lando Norris that blame yourself. Every driver blames themselves when I know them can maybe have done better. Mostly the good drivers can. I mean, I just listen to Oscar Piastri. Every time he have a, I mean, he's so good, so he knows when he's bad, and he doesn't hide when he's bad. And that you can say is the most interesting to listen to. The drivers that are good, because they can detail everything that they made that was bad, because they know how good they usually are. And other drivers that, I mean, like Kevin Magnussen, it's not. Listen to Oscar Piastri is somewhat different than listen to Kevin Magnussen after a race, if they had a bad or good race.
Contributed for not winning, and this is very self-assuring, or it's you know, to see drivers.
Or fucking Lance Stroll. If he had a good race or bad race, like it sounds like he had the same race. He don't care why he's here, because he get paid to be there, not because he want to be there almost.
That actually see themselves as part of the equation. That it's not always the cars, the tires, the competitors. Sometimes it's us that we are not optimizing what we have. And Lando and Charles are two particular drivers that I really like, because they're always they like to put themselves in the spot.
Now, we haven't seen Lando and Max go wheel to wheel that much since Lando.
And George Russell ruined all that. It could have been a wheel to wheel fight. It could have been a pit stop fight. It could have been. The race could have been so much more than it was. And all because George Russell took the lead in the beginning.
Lando came into Formula 1 in 2019 because Max has always had the better car, significantly better car on occasions. And that run to turn 1, when he squeezed Max and actually put him on the grass, I thought was a line in the sand from Lando, a bit of a marker, as if to say, I'm here, and actually we are now racing, and you're not going to walk all over me, and watch out for me. Did you read the same things?
Yeah, the fucking Tom Clarkson philosophy. Wow. Or could it just be Lando Norris just wanted to lead the race because he knew how important that was? Well, Tom Clarkson, can't the answer be just simple? Do you need to be fucking philosophy?
So I thought that it was a clean move from Lando, honestly, you know. I think that he could have pushed him harder.
But hang on, he was already on the grass.
Yeah, but he did it a bit late. You know, if he had positioned his car a bit earlier into the grass, or you know, just obviously when he did it.
One more fish for the collection. Or could this be 100% Magnanta? It is Betty Magnanta. Nice. I need to take out more buckets. Buckets. Need to. Then we need to make more buckets. Buckets. Yeah. Continue, Tom Clarkson, with your 100% 130 IQ philosophy.
More, because then you obviously are going to squeeze the guy in a illegal way. But if he had done it a bit earlier, I think Max would have found himself in a much more difficult situation, because he would have seen that George was just side by side.
Oh shit, if Lando Norris did a good start, put the pressure on Max Verstappen earlier, they would have made Max Verstappen maybe getting in the way for George Russell. That will maybe have made so Lando Norris gonna keep the lead and then win the race, and everyone will be happy with the race.
Right. But anyway, it's easy to say. I mean, it's I don't want to sound like I know everything. It's just like it is true that I think Lando was protective. He was defensive, but he could have pushed him a bit harder.
Can we just explore Max Verstappen a little bit more now? We've had 4 different pole sitters in the last 4 races. Yet Max Verstappen...
4 different pole... Do we? We need to do... Change that. Let's see. I'm gonna land Norris this race, and George Russell that race, Charles Leclerc that race, but he didn't win that. Wait, the fact didn't I? Oh yeah, okay, 1 starting grade. Nope, nope. Australia, nope. Japan, nope. China, nope. Miami, nope. Nope. There's Monaco, Canada, Spain. The fuck do you mean with 4 different pool?
Verstappen, different pole harder. Can we just explore Max Verstappen a little bit more now? We've had 4 different pole sitters in the last 4 races.
Oh, that's what it means. Let's see. Okay, 1. Man, come on, stop with this. 1, 2, 3. Why do you count even Max Verstappen when you can just say 3 difference? And this, can you really count this? Yeah, okay, what the fuck will Tom Clarkson will follow Sophie say about this?
Yet Max Verstappen has won 3 of them.
Yeah, and the only...
Yeah, he wasn't even close in fucking Monaco. I wonder why.
The one that he's not won is the one that you cannot overtake, no? With it, which is Monaco. And then he settled for position there in a very intelligent manner. I think we're seeing the best of Max Verstappen this season in terms of matureness. He knows when he can win.
Don't start with the Tom Clarkson talk. Matured.
He knows when he has to settle for a non-win. And more importantly, when he has the chance, when there is a small little gap, he goes for it, and he takes advantage.
1 more
of the
fish
situation.
for the collection.
He was really good with his race engineer when his race engineer said, "We believe this is the best possibility we have to overtake George." And immediately, I mean, a few seconds later, he's just overtaking him. You know, so I think he knows when he has to manage the tires, when he must not. Manage the tires, and this is a part of this process of building up a world champion, you know, and he's now at an extremely high level.
1 more.
I'm pretty sure that today Max is more proud of what he's done than when he's had these wins with over half a minute, you know, because he realizes that he has made the difference.
And what have Red Bull got to do now to maintain this advantage? Because Max is so integral to these victories that have happened over the last month or so? You know, I mean, I know Checo Perez had
one more
3-place grid penalty here, but you know, he's still coming home in P8, and he's still only qualifying 8th before the penalty. You feel that Red Bull have got to bring more performance to that car, or even the magic of Max Verstappen's not going to keep them ahead? Or am I? Or do you actually think? Do you actually think he can?
Yeah, I think you're
keep
retarded.
the run going.
Well, I mean, I don't really know. You know, I mean,
One more
the beauty
fish
about Formula One is that races like
for the
today
collection.
in such a
When it was a new color, red and orange.
a circuit where the car is so important, the aerodynamics, the mechanical side, the engine, the tires, you know, everything is just like, it's so demanding. And you have 3 different cars at the podium. You have a Red Bull, you have a McLaren and a Mercedes. I think this is fantastic for Formula One. So I think just proves that it is the 4 teams now very close in the championship.
It always been 4 teams and 3 teams that will always be better than the 4th.
And that little details will mark the difference. And the details are normally decisions made by the team, but also by the drivers. In this case, Max Verstappen.
Pedro, I thought it was fascinating that Red Bull went to Imola on the eve of this race with a 2-year-old car, just to put that car over the curbs, compare it to what the RB20 did a month ago at that track, as they explore where to find the performance on that car. It proves that even that team, with all this success, and even, let's face it, the advantage they have in both World Championships still, are pushing to the absolute limit.
I think every team in Formula One does that, you know, we are all pushing to the very limit. We are trying to find performance from every detail. I think it is very important to listen to the drivers and what they say and what they need, you know.
Yeah, do that to sorry Palace or not?
Formula One, the cars, engines are full of sensors. We have over 200 sensors in the chassis, 200 sensors in the engine, but there's only one sensor that really can tell you what the car needs to go faster. That sensor is called the driver. So I think that the fact that teams that are dominating Formula One, like Red Bull, listen to the driver so much, you know, and if they're complaining about curb riding, which is a difficult parameter to analyze on the data, it just proves that they are touching every little performance differentiator, you know, and it is incredible that they do this. They go to Imola again with the old car. They can do it. It's part of the regulations. You know, you can test with TPCs with previous cars. However, I mean, I think everyone does that in Formula One. It's not a unique thing of Red Bull. I think we are all looking performance under the stones.
True. Fuck this music. When did they start with this music?
We're joined by
And why did they start with it?
now, who I think, tell me if I'm wrong, has just been at the Red Bull celebrations. Is that right?
I've been in the Red Bull celebration. Hi, Tom. Hi, Pedro.
Hello.
And also in the McLaren celebration.
You've been busy. You don't smell of
I
champagne.
have like a meter of...
Wait, did it not measure the celebration?
Of enthusiasm, and far Red Bull was more enthusiasm and cheering up all the team than McLaren. But obviously, no, they lost a race that they can win.
Now, Pedro's just said that he thinks Max is enjoying the wins maybe more this year than ever before because of the way he's having to fight. Did you sense that in the celebration?
I mean, he's happy to see someone else win also. I mean, the happiness he had when Lando Norris win. Eller won.
Yeah, and also I see him a little bit more tired. Even he's super fit. He's sweating now, no? That compared to maybe last year in some races that it was so big the difference that you can tell that obviously he's driving a Formula One car. Pedro knows very well that you never relax inside a Formula car. But when you have a big margin, you can do different things. And today he have to fight for that. And remember yesterday in the free practice when the Giampiero told him to do a very good start because what's going to be the key of the weekend, and he did it. And that was, you know, the factor of the win, overtaking Lando. Then obviously the job he did overtaking George was fantastic also. But It was very close, 2.2 seconds at the end.
And one
Even
more
they were
fish for the
managing a little
collection.
bit at the end, but McLaren, I did the interview with Max in the pen, and he said that McLaren is the fastest car right now.
And do we think it will be going forward to Austria, to
Oh my god,
Silverstone?
don't hit me.
I think Austria and Silverstone, the next two races,
Oh,
firstly,
try
we're in a triple header, so basically there's not
Nope.
a lot of time to react from the
One
team,
more
so to
fish
bring
for the
upgrades.
collection.
Plus, in Austria, we have a sprint race, which adds more difficulty, really, in introducing upgrades.
But the
These are
black
their
pink.
circuits that are very similar. They have very high-speed corners, all type of corners, but also quite long. I think that, cars that are competitive in Barcelona will be competitive in Austria and Silverstone. They're similar tracks.
Lewis Hamilton is about to climb on a Formula One podium for the first time this year.
Great job, guys. Mega. What a great surprise to come here and get these points. We're making improvements. Let's keep pushing.
Yeah, true. Keep pushing. They keep pushing for 3 years. 3 years, and now they succeeded to get a podium. What a nice day. So one more fish for the
Guys,
collection.
can we bring it on to Mercedes now? They've scored back-to-back podiums for the first time since Spain and Canada last year, funnily enough. It was George Russell on the rostrum in Canada, and of course Lewis took his first podium of the year here in Barcelona with that P3. Let's start by hearing from the 7-time world champion.
Why?
Boost to finally get a good result. It's been a minute since I've been up here in the race, so we're slowly getting closer. I mean, last year we were very fast here, so you have to take it with a pinch of salt, but obviously the last couple of races we've also been relatively competitive, so I think we have closed the gap a little bit, but we still have a good couple of tenths to try and find, so we just got to have all hands on deck and keep pushing.
Are you still fine-tuning this new package, or do you need more upgrades to close the gap to these two guys?
I think that's the maximum that it's got at the moment, but I mean, we're always fine-tuning it with subtle changes that we make, so we are always fine-tuning it when we continue to tune it through the year, but we need to bolt some stuff on, some extra bits to be able to compete with these guys.
Now you had to...
So, like I always said, Mercedes is still fourth. They're still not good.
Overtake Carlos Sainz twice today. He was unhappy about the first of those moves, saying that you should have given the place back. Can we just get your take on what happened at turn 1 there?
It's not a good feeling when you do get overtaken, and I think we had a nice tight battle into turn 1. I left in some room, so I think he was still on the track, but ultimately he left the door open on the inside, didn't fully close it, and so I went for the inside and tried to make the corner. I think he came round. I think we touched wheels equally and nothing major. It was like a small scrub. Gave him some room on the exit, and yeah.
All right, let's throw it forward now. Do you feel Mercedes are building some momentum now?
No.
We definitely are. We definitely are.
I mean, what movement? No, to finally succeed to win a race? No. To what? Instead of getting just the third podium, it will be the second step now? Or will it just be one more third podium? Or will you get past Norris? Will you get past Ferrari or McLaren? Also 2 more fishes for the collection. Dash a brown, grey and clayfish brown, pink. Let's make sure. Is this a new fish for the collection? It's not. It's a blue tang. Oh shit, there we have not a new fish. It looked like a new fish. It looked like a blockfish because it was different colors. But it was just the water that made the difference.
We're definitely getting more consistent, and if I can just get my qualifying to be like this weekend, then it makes the Sunday so much easier. Also, if you get a good start, but my Saturdays have been so bad for the last like 15 races, so it's good to have a clean weekend, and hopefully this puts us in a good position to challenge in the next few races.
So this is Lewis's best weekend of the season so far, primarily I think because qualifying went so well for him. It is now 8-2 in favour of George Russell in the qualifying head-to-head, so he's still got a lot of work to do, but what do we think changed for Hamilton here?
Nothing.
Good question. First of all, I think Lewis has been very competitive the past few races, since especially since Mercedes introduced the upgrade or the changes in the car.
And the biggest problem, like I said, the qualifying.
He feels more comfortable driving the car. Whatever they've done, it's obviously, he feels stronger, or he looks stronger. But if you look at what he did here last year, he finished second, and he did a hard, soft strategy, 2 stops, and it was exactly identical to what he did here today. So all in all, I just think that Mercedes is a lot stronger than in previous races, especially last year, and that now Lewis feels more comfortable with the car.
Fuck off.
Let's not forget that Mercedes more or less did the same last year here as well, So I still think that Mercedes are a fantastic team. They will challenge Ferrari, of course, but also Red Bull and McLaren, and in the coming races, they've proven in a very different track like Canada. They were up there, they were fighting. They've been leading the 2 last Grand Prix. How great is that from a team that was?
You're just leading in Spain. You can't talk like, man, the car is so good. It's led the lap
quite far back at the beginning of the year.
We've already discussed George Russell's start.
Haven't Alpine fucking led a race? Laps in a race. It means nothing.
Here today, how did he not win that race after that blinding start, or do you actually think it just came down to tyre deg and
yeah, tyre deg? I think they still miss a few tenths, like Ferrari. I think that no one could keep the pace. It's just funny that we see a qualifying, and there's not much in between the top 4 teams. There's like virtually nothing, and then when it comes to the race, tyre deg makes the difference, and the best cars are the ones that have less tyre deg. We were, for example, just 2 tenths from pole position in Canada.
We being Aston Martin.
Yeah.
One more fish for the collection. Brown and pink, white.
It's not a lot. But then in the race, we had the gap to the leading cars was huge, or bigger than 2 tenths. So I think that it's just the fact that McLaren and Red Bull are close to Ferrari and Mercedes on over 1 lap in qualifying, but then in the race, it's just that they pull a gap, and that's why George, going back to your original question, didn't manage to win this race. It's just their degradation was worse than the 2 other cars.
But why did they put him on the hard tyre? We could see from practice that it wasn't the tyre to go on, and yet they put him on the hard tyre. Ferrari put Carlos Sainz on the hard tyre.
Well, fair enough. It's just they had a lot.
True. Why did they do that? Let's see. 18, 20, 24, 30, 36, 36, 39, 40, 42. 42 fishes for the collection. 42 plus so 1,742 maybe, but that will probably change. We will maybe minus 20.
Lot of
usually
laps to cover. It was only Lando and Luis, but especially Lando, that it was clear that he was going for a soft tires at the end, because he was extending his first stint to lap 21, I think. So he was extending just to attack at the end, knowing that he was not able at the beginning, and he was jumped, he was undercut by 3 other cars. So it's not about, you pick up a hard tire towards the end if you have a long stint to go for. But obviously Lando had a shorter stint, Verstappen more or less, and Hamilton he said that it was his default
Oh,
strategy,
shit.
just to go for the soft at the end.
And Juan, do you think when you've, what is it? This was his 198th podium in Formula One, Lewis Hamilton.
It's a typical Mercedes track, even with the changes they did last year. But he feels very good here, and he was waiting for that. He was very happy in the rostrum and in the pen also, because he said that he was able to fight, to overtake. He did a great overtake also in the first corner. And when Hamilton is happy...
Carlos, I don't know if Carlos Sainz agrees with you.
No, I don't know, but it was close. We saw a lot of close battles, even with Carlos and his teammate, or the same with Lando. But I think, Lewis, he have the spark, still have the spark. I don't like,
we had that
we're not
also.
gonna go
Man,
into
that's
this, but
boring.
you know, when it's starting to talking about what happened if the car is not the same, well, you know what happened when you're not staying in the team, all the information you're not going to have for the future car or inside the team. But they're going to give a very good car for Lewis. No, it's which team is not going to give a 7-time world champion? They've been together for a long time, but he was not feeling the car like last year. Last year he was third in the championship. No, this year George is more, I don't know, consistent than Lewis. But when Lewis have the car and he feels comfortable, I think he performed like today.
Pedro, all racing drivers are fueled by paranoia, though, right?
No, I mean, why are you looking at me?
Because I'm not a racing driver, nor
Why are you looking at me?
But isn't it?
I'm
just
paranoid about you looking at me like that.
But I feel that that's what drives drivers to perform at the level they do. There's almost a need to prove yourself the whole time. And I can't be slower than my teammate. It must be the equipment.
Well, it's just difficult for the racing drivers, because we have to work with the teammates to improve the car. We have to be open. We have to explain everything. You know, just he's our first rival. And especially when you don't have a winning car, if you need to beat your teammate, because they will only look at the results. They won't look at how many race wins or fastest laps or or podiums you've achieved, because if your car is not capable of doing that, they will only look at who beat who, how many times, especially in qualifying. And this is something that we know, and that is it's an added pressure.
Lewis said to us in the press conference that it's been 15 races now that he feels he hasn't. Up to this race, he said he did. Yesterday was great here, but he said there'd been 15 races where he felt he hadn't got the best out of the car. Well, he didn't quite phrase it like that, but where he'd struggled in qualifying. 15 is a lot.
Yeah, well,
for a guy who's got more than 100
but
pole
we've
positions.
seen from Luis, really is a super driver, and he's been driving. I mean, people can say that he's not motivated and things like that. I really think it's out of the equation.
Doing the wrong way.
Of course, he's motivated and he wants to end his Mercedes era really on a high. And
he will not.
But he's been very fast in free practice 1, 2, 3, then qualifying 1, and then in qualifying 2 he's not that quick, and in qualifying 3 he's beaten by George. We've seen it many times. Maybe sometimes you're just pushing a bit too hard in Q3 to get that extra tenth that's not there in the car, and then you start overdriving. There's so many reasons we don't know about what happened.
Do you guys think he's at all worried about what's going on at Ferrari? Because while it seems Mercedes are building a bit of momentum now, they introduced that new front wing in Monaco, and it's just got better and better since then. And one of the engineers at Mercedes said to me coming into this weekend, we now feel we have all the ingredients we need. We're still working out how much of each we need to put in to get the best mixture, to get the best performance out of the car, but we have the raw ingredients. Whereas Ferrari seem to be yo-yoing around as much as they always have done, or in recent years. Is that a concern to Lewis Hamilton as he looks ahead to 25?
It's not.
Obviously, he signed Ferrari because something that he have seen, or well, even.
What the scene? He is in Mercedes, so you know how fucking bad they are. You just need to look his own team and look how fucking bad that team is.
The whole thing going.
Ferrari won 2 races. Mercedes have not won 1 race this season.
You end your career in Ferrari, maybe what he was living in Mercedes and the way they offer him the contract, all that. He's convinced that maybe Ferrari is going to do a step forward, and we were all happy.
They
with
win.
the win of Carlos, and even what happened with Max in Australia with the win of Carlos, then Charles fighting and being second in the championship, very consistent. we thought it was one-off Canada. Now they are a little bit more worried about what happened today here. But I think they're going to bounce back. They have a lot of support. We don't know what's going to happen with Adrian, no? Some people say he's going to join.
Pedro, do you know what's happening with Adrian? Adrian,
oh, maybe he knows.
Of course not. Of course not. You know.
He was seen
no
buying something around Silverstone. But anyway, I think he see the power of Ferrari. Well, Pedro knows very well how Ferrari works. It's been a long time since Ferrari is not fighting here for wins, and they won last year 1 race. Now they won 2 already. I don't know if he's going to be so worried about how is Mercedes.
Yeah, and Mercedes has still not won a race, so what the fuck do you say about that, Tom Clarkson, you fucking retard?
Going to perform, because I think he took the decision not because of performance with Mercedes. I think that sometimes you want to change air, you want a new challenge. No, I think so.
Yeah, or maybe you don't want to drive a fucking bad car. Could that be it?
Obviously, if Mercedes have a winning car, he will not
racing
sign.
drivers generally, we are, well, at least, you know, we are very well known for looking to short term, you know. So I don't think that, I mean, Luis, for example, I think that he's just thinking on the next few races. He has a very good car. I mean, Mercedes have come up with a car that can challenge for wins depending on the tracks. And that's what he's thinking about. I mean, if Ferrari come up with a better car, or yeah, they're doing yo-yo, like you say, Tom, I think that it's not part of his mental process. You know, he's just. I think he's just preparing himself very well for the next few races because he has a chance of winning some of them.
The issue for Ferrari over these last few races.
Yeah, the issues for Mercedes then. Fuck you talking about?
Has been tyres. Brilliant at Monaco. They struggled in Montreal, getting the tyres into the right window. It was better here. Pedro, I guess this is a question for you, but why is it such a black art to get the tyres in the right window with these current cars? Why is it so difficult?
Well, it is. I think that more than the black art or getting the tires in the right window, I think everything goes together. You know, it's the suspension, the aerodynamics, and how they interact. But it's more dependent really on the right height of the car.
God damn it.
If we are talking about a low-speed corner, then the right height of the car is very high. So some cars are designed to generate more downforce at high downforce. Possibly the Ferrari, because they were extremely fast, and they've been always very fast in low-speed corners, such as Monaco, where they won. There's cars that are better in medium speed, and some others that are extremely quick in high-speed corners, where basically the right height is very low, which is kissing the asphalt. The difficulty really of these cars is to make cars that are versatile. You know, that they are quick in slow, medium, and high speed. That's what you require in Barcelona. That's what you require possibly in Austria and Silverstone. So that's why we are talking about a very demanding tracks, and that's why, you know, the fact that Ferrari, in the words of Carlos Sainz today, he said, you know, we are struggling in high-speed corners. So therefore, if you struggle in high-speed corners, you're going to have more degradation, because high-speed corners with high stress, you increase the temperature, you have thermal degradation, etc. So it is not a simple answer. You know, it's quite complicated with the ground effect, and I think that is what makes the engineers scratch their heads. It's not a straight answer. Some circuits suit cars better than others.
Now look, Pedro, I know you've got to go. But look, before you go, can we just quickly talk about Aston Martin, all right? Double points finish in Montreal last time out. Struggled more here. Alonso 12th, Stroll 14th. Was it for all of the reasons you've just outlined while talking about Ferrari that you guys were struggling here as well?
I think before coming here, we knew it was going to be a difficult track. In Canada, the car, obviously the track was more favorable to our car, you know, where we have there's longer straights, there's heavy braking, stability. There's some strengths that they played into a car. Here, obviously, it was going to be more difficult. We knew it, and that's where we've been more or less where we were expecting to be.
And Tom McCulloch, performance director at Aston, came on this show last week and said he thinks it'll get better as the triple header goes on. So you'll be better at Austria, maybe you'll be better at Silverstone.
I think that honestly, I mean, Tom knows a lot more than me. You know, I mean, he's the performance director and a fantastic engineer. Personally, I think that the next 2 races will be difficult. So I think we are not expecting a very different outcome really than to Barcelona. However, the team is working very well in the campus, in our factory. We know why we are here, and we know exactly where to work, and just to we're heading in the right direction. So we just have to be a bit patient, which is difficult in this sport. But I have a very good feeling about the team and how we're working in-house, and the results that are coming from the campus already.
You're not lying.
And I think Fernando have the same opinion, because he said it in the pen, thinking, yeah, we're going to have this Austrian Silverstone, but maybe we're going to start seeing something after Hungary or in Hungary.
Yeah,
maybe it's a racetrack that maybe suits a little bit better. And
yeah, but then we go to Spa.
Yeah, we go to Spa, but I think after the break, it's not the way you start the season, it's how you finish. No, last year was the other way around.
Yeah, I think Fernando said it's time not to promise or too much.
We have to
under promise, over deliver, which I think
spent too much time with Jackie Stewart.
I wish not enough.
But
obviously,
that's Jackie's great line, isn't it? Under promise.
But I think this is the
deliver.
line of the good racers, and that's why I don't like to promise things, or firstly because I don't know enough. Secondly, because I think that you just have to prove things, and if you look at the World Championship teams, they never sell their upgrades, or if they're bringing, they suddenly win. And you wonder, well, they were not bringing any upgrade. No, they were bringing, but they were not saying it. So it's part of the Formula One, part of the game. So let's under promise, over deliver, keep our head down, keep our self-confidence up, and keep working as a team.
I love to hear Pedro, because I know him from long time ago. I was very little when he was racing in Japan. He was champion there, and we have a great time over there.
Fantastic.
I know him from 96, 97, something. Less than that, yeah. And he was living in Japan, and super fast driver.
Racing with Norberto Fontana.
Norberto Fontana.
Is that why you were there with Norberto Fontana?
Yeah, I was with Norberto. In one race in Fuji, they touch and they crash.
Oh yeah.
And
Pedro and
he pushed me off.
He was
okay. I'm okay with it.
and we went to an Italian restaurant. Only one Italian restaurant
in Gotemba City, which is.
We went inside, and Pedro was very pissed, and also Norberto. I don't want to see him. He's my friend, but what happened? Blah blah blah. Both of them. And then we go to the restaurant. Who was sitting there? Only two tables, and Pedro was there. Well, a big hug, and that happened. But
I remember because I went with my wife there having dinner, and I thought, oh, thank God I have a quiet, romantic dinner after that terrible race, where Norberto Fontana had pushed me off. And then, the door opens of the restaurant in a little village in the middle of nowhere in Japan, and Norberto Fontana is there, And I thought, oh dear. And my wife asked me, are you going to say hello to him or not? And I said, yeah, come on, Norberto, give me a hug. It was 1 year ahead of us still, in the same village, living door by door, because we were neighbors. So we basically, and years after he said,
blue?
I'm sorry, I pushed you off. I pushed you off because I knew I couldn't beat you. The problem is that we lost the win, I mean, both of us because of that. Anyway.
He looks the same, exactly the same weight. I think you weigh the same, or no?
I still, I weigh the same, because I train every day, man. There's no.
That's why he have to go now.
No secrets,
Pedro, thank you very much for your time. Thanks for coming on the show.
Music, Clayfish Rod. Red, light blue.
Juan, we have discussed Red Bull, we've discussed McLaren, we've discussed Mercedes, we've discussed Aston. We haven't discussed Alpine yet. For the second race in a row, both cars in the top 10, and they weren't even confident.
Yeah, man, Alpine getting points, getting past Haas, that's amazing. And hopefully they will keep scoring points. Hopefully Williams will score some points. Yeah, the future is bright to see Haas not getting any more points.
Coming to Barcelona, and yet they delivered. Gasly qualifies 7th. Ocon lines up just behind him.
Well, yesterday at the pen, I asked both drivers why they were so fast, and the response was, okay, we don't know, and that's good. We were expecting what he said.
Well, Visa Cash Up probably Formula 1 team was slow, mostly because maybe the upgrades. So When I fix the upgrades, they will not be faster than them.
Come into Barcelona and not be competitive, even if they were competitive in the last couple of races. They're proving step by step that they are much better than how they started the season. It was very bad start of the season for Alpine, and now I think they surprised everybody, because on Friday when Gasly was fourth, I say, well, okay, it's Friday, you know, level of gasoline or whatever mode in the engine, and then boom, they're there in quali. Okay, that was quali, one lap. Now they've both finished in top 10, and with he have a bad pit stop. One of the drivers have a very bad pit stop, and they managed to recover, outscore the Aston Martin. No, there was, and I think Bruno Famen, I know him very well from Dakar and Peugeot, and he's a great guy. He's a very smart guy, and he told me it's not a thing, a day, a week, or a month. But Formula One, you don't have time in Formula One. No, you have to perform and revert the situation very fast. And he's doing it. I mean, not him, but the team under his management now. They started to change things, and now, step by step, they're doing a good job. Not that big step, but I think sometimes...
Or, I mean, they're doing good job, mostly because maybe everyone else doing bad job. So it's like, they get points because they didn't fuck up, while everyone else fucked up. Dasher Grey. Dasher Green. Where do we have Dasher Grey? Did I Dasher Black? Dasher Grey. Do we have it? Nope. So it should be here somewhere. There we have Dasher Grey. Grey Red. Do we have a Grey Red? We have. Brown Grey. Dasher Brown. There we have Brown Grey. Nice. Pink, purple, green, yellow, blue, black, white, orange, grey. Green, orange. A green Dasher. Do we have a green Dasher? We have a Dasher Black. We want a Dasher Green. We had Nay, brown was the other one. Brown, grey, not fucking grey. Oh my god. Almost got depressed there. Dasher Green. Dasher Lime. Dasher Green. There we have Dasher Green. Dasher Green, Orange. Dasher Green, Orange. Boring!
Sometimes you have to do like that, no? Step by step, and see what happened next races. Both drivers say, well, Austria it's not maybe going to be very good for us, but I don't know. No.
Well, except, right, Austria and Silverstone are quite similar racetracks to here with the number of fast corners, and it's clearly got a good balance through fast cornering.
Yeah, but that's why they arrived here thinking it was not going to be a good track, and that's why both drivers were surprised, because both drivers say the same thing. I don't know why we were so fast. Well, that's a good sign, no? It's better to know why they're so fast than don't know why we are so slow.
And look, the points they scored here in Spain have bumped them ahead of Haas in the World Championship now. They're 7th.
That's beautiful.
And I think they can realistically have their sights set on V-Carb in P6, because they're only 20 points.
Probably not, but I will secure being better than Haas.
Points behind. V-Carb introduced a huge upgrade here this weekend, and it really hasn't worked. The team say, look, we didn't even bring any of the old parts, we didn't even back-to-back anything, we're all in. We had all the new parts on both cars. I was chatting to Laurent Mekkier's team principal on the grid, and he said, look, we're hoping to get loads of data from this race, and then we're going to go to Austria and try and learn from this, and we still believe in the upgrades, but Alpine, I feel, have got a bit of momentum now, and I think they should be thinking about VCARB.
Yeah, but you have a driver, obviously they're going to think, even there's 20 points different, and they don't grab points in a big amount. But I think they're going to go for it. But also I think like a driver like Yuki Tsunoda, no? He's performing very well.
Purple, black.
They don't have a good race here, but it's very consistent. He's already confirmed for next year. He have a different, point of view. And which better place to bring up race than Barcelona? Everybody they know information. They're not testing anymore here like they did before. They don't know the track as well because the last chicane changes.
Light
but at least they have a better parameter, what they're going to see. And you have to compare what's going to happen on Austria and Silverstone. And that's the time to bring the upgrades. Maybe they adjust some kind of things or get the information and they work a little bit on that upgrades. It's better to do that than go and revert them just for one race. I think they have to understand upgrades sometimes works for some teams and sometimes work for each time. No, Red Bull was saying we bring upgrades, everybody, oh my God, now they're gonna go so fast, and now they brought some upgrades, they're not working, and it happens.
Let's see, where will the next row start? Should I maybe continue? I feel like it will be here. Orange, pink. Oh, it didn't. Oh my God. We need this out. Time for the glitter first.
Well, it's been a fascinating weekend here in Spain, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, and the season, even it's the same winner from the last races.
Only just.
Yeah, I know, but just there, and seeing 4 different drivers grabbing a pole in the last races, I think that's promising. And we know we're going to see reactions from Red Bull, but I think McLaren is in a good form. We're going to see some reaction also from Ferrari and Mercedes, and I think it's going to be like that. No, I don't think an extra team is going to be, at least in this part of the season, fighting for poles or wins. And we have Hungary, Lewis got the pole last year. George won.
He will not get pole and will not win.
There, the year before, there's a Lewis Hamilton track. I think it's, 6 weeks.
Podium.
Yeah, you're going to be having a lot of shows.
We are. I think you're right. I think it's about those top 4 teams now. I think the gap back to Aston.
No, it's top 3 that will actually do anything. And then behind will Mercedes be.
It's too big now for them to join the party, I think, anytime soon. And so sort of Aston are slightly stuck on their own in P5, and then there's sort of VCARB, Alpine, Haas, Williams, Sauber.
Yeah, I don't know.
In that sort of
Sauber, no, it surprised me a little bit.
They had a good qualifying,
They have a good quality, and Joe was performing well. Ferrari engines were very fast here in general, but then you have the package of each team, and they don't perform very well. Well, Hülkenberg is surprising at 1 lap, no? It's showing why they confirmed him for Audi. Sauber is still no points. Williams surprised me, no? They have much better start of the season last year. I love Formula 1 how it's now. I know.
It's fantastic. I can't remember it being this close in the 25, 30 years that you and I have been involved.
Fucking close. The qualifying is close and then everything else is not close. Fuck off. That is not definition of being close. It's definition of fucking thinking is close. This fucking lies. Don't fucking act like it is something. Red Magenta. Glitter red. Yep, glitter red. Glitter red. Oh, maybe I should. Oh my god, fuck me. Glitter, was it red? Glitter red, yep. Orange, pink, I wanna see what's really orange. Orange, was it orange? Orange, 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 pink. Yep. Orange. No. Cob. Orange. 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 Cool. Oh, let's see this one. Continue.
Juan, it's been fantastic to have you on the show, and Pedro, of course. Can I get your driver of the day? So, Lando Norris, again, got the vote on the telly. Who was your driver of the day?
My driver of the day, I don't want to go by feelings, but I think was Max. This time it was not easy for him. He proved that he knew, and all the team knew they have to do something in the start, and he did it. Okay, George passed them both, but he overtook Lando. And I think after that, he managed the tires. I go fast one lap, then I go fast the other one. And when he realized he was giving everything and Lando starting to close up, he knew he cannot manage to do a little mistake. He did a little mistake, no? In one of the corners. And
turn
he said,
7.
Yeah, turn 7. And he said, whoops. But
wait, we need to... 18, 20, 22. Was it? Is it 22? Let's see, have we changed that? We have, okay. It's God damn it. Do I need to? Okay, no. So mean, okay, 3, 6, 12, 18, 22. Yeah, I think I collected all the normal fishes. Red snapper. Oh shit. Red snapper. Red snapper. Red snapper. Yep, go away. Let's see. Yeah, we can now. Let's see. What feature was it? Cob, glitter red, cob orange, glitter red. Glitter red. Red, we have glitter red. And then cob orange. Cob orange. Oh, then I wanna see. Let's see. I think it's, yeah, snooper purple. That are at 13. Flopper brown. Do we have flopper brown? Flopper brown. Yeah, we have flopper brown. And I don't think we have snooper purple. Snooper purple. Nope. So which one more do we have? Dasher black. Do we have one Dasher black? Dasher black. Nope. I don't think we have. Yeah, the purple. Copper brown. Did we only do primary purple? Betty orange. And let's see, brownie red, Betty orange, brownie purple. Oh my god, too many. Brownie purple, Betty orange, then brownie orange. No, brownie red, brownie red. So purple, orange. Too many. Betty orange. Betty orange. Do we have one Betty orange? No, no Betty orange. Brownie. What's purple and red? No purple and red. Yep, brownie purple and then brownie red. Yep. So this fish is needed to be collected. Hopefully it will be done. I mean, it will be amazing when one of this collection is done. But then we have a problem. Then I need to get shulky boxes for them. And this fucking zombie, what the fuck is he? What the fuck are you, is a zombie here for? No, he get to live there. Okay, what the fuck did we have? Cob. Cob lime. Lime white. And that we have. Fucking boring. I must have done this one. Either way, I will see it when I do this fucking go through them again. Red, purple, light gray, gray. Light gray, gray. Nope. Red, purple. Cob red. Do we have a cob red here? We have pink, blue. There we have cob red. Red, purple. Do we have a red, purple? Probably yes. There we have. Fuck me. Alright, we can put that one there for now. Glitter. Snooper. Spotty. No stripey. Okay, brown, pink. Nice. Brown, pink. Light blue, blue. Yes, light blue, blue. Purple Magnanta. Oh shit. Okay, then spot the purple Magnanta and Snooper. Snooper orange. Spot the pink and sunshake something. Yes, purple Magnanta. And that we have. Time for the spotty pink. Spotty pink, Magnanta yellow. Magnanta yellow. Sunstreak light gray. Light gray gray. Yep, light gray gray. Spot the pink. Spot the blue. Spot the pink. Spot the pink. Light gray. Okay, how many will this be? 6, 10, 15, 4, no, 19, 20, 23 minus. 23 minus. So it's 20, no, it's 3 more than it usually are. Yeah, so it's time for the fun. Now the fun begins. Go through every fucking copied fish to make sure it isn't a copied fish. And while I'm doing that, we can finish this video maybe.
After that, he was performing perfectly. The team also with a pit stop, strategy-wise. I mean, I would love to say Lando because he deserved also the win, but for me it was Max this time.
I think what he's doing in that Red Bull at the minute is astounding, and it's in a way it's everything I want him to do in that Red Bull, because he's been so dominant these last few years, and he's now proving just how good he is, and it wasn't just the car over those last couple of years. So
Lewis Hamilton fans surely is happy with this. Black, pink. Yeah, so happy with it. I even complain with emails that he doesn't get people trying to make him being bad in team, and Lante the Wolf really took that seriously. calling the cops.
Well done to Max. So he gets our vote. Lando got the TV vote, and I'm sure that win is going to come soon for Lando because it's a great little package, that McLaren Lando Norris one, isn't it?
It will be very good, not for Red Bull, but if it's in Austria. No, and Lando performed very well. He got his first podium over there, and I think we're going to see another surprise. Now we have surprises this weekend, the weekend before, and we're going to see another surprise. Formula One is always surprising everybody.
So the top 10 look like this. Max Verstappen took his 7th win of this 2024 season, coming home just 2 seconds ahead of Lando Norris in 2nd, and Lewis Hamilton took his first podium of the season in 3rd. George Russell...
Still, man, it's so beautiful and Mercedes are so bad. Lewis, and also, it's not... What was it? 12 races between last time Lewis Hamilton was on podium to now. Is that so beautiful? And last time he won was 2021, Saudi Arabia. And it's the 2nd podium for Mercedes this year. Man, they are bad.
was 4th, and then came the 2 Ferraris of Charles Leclerc 5th and Carlos Sainz 6th. Oscar Piastri was 7th in the 2nd McLaren, ahead of Sergio Perez 8th, with the 2 Alpines of Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon rounding out the top 10. In the Drivers' Championship, Max Verstappen's win here in Spain sees him stretch his lead at the top of the standings to 69 points, ahead of the new 2nd place man Lando Norris. Leclerc is 3rd, just 2 points behind Norris, with Sainz 4th on 116. Perez is 5th, 5 behind Sainz, and Piastri is 6th.
What the fuck me? What? Clayfish, brown, light blue. Oh, blue. Light blue. Oh my god, I thought I saw clayfish, brown, light blue twice. Man, working with all these fishes is amazing.
McLaren. The 2 Mercedes
Clayfish
are 7th
blue.
and 8th, Russell ahead of Hamilton, Alonso is 9th, and Tsunoda is 10th. In the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull, on 330 points, have a 60-point lead over Ferrari in 2nd, with McLaren 33 points behind Ferrari in 3rd. Mercedes are a lonely 4th on 151, with Aston Martin 93 points further back in 5th place. Then it gets close. VCarb are 6th on 28, Alpine are 7th on 8, Haas are 8th on 7, Williams are 9th on 2, and Sauber have yet to score.
Well, it's been an incredible strong performance from Chloe Chambers over the course of this weekend. She started on the front row of the grid for the first time this season yesterday.
Oh, they doing the something that I really don't care. Academy. Oh, what the fuck is it?
And again today, she managed to take the lead of the race from Abby Pulling at turn 1, and she crosses the finish line first to take her first.
Oh, wait, what the fuck? Yellow, black? Oh, there we have yellow, black. I was thinking, like, what the fuck did I mistake? I mean, I could have, but I didn't.
Win in F1 Academy, a fantastic result.
Yeah, it is the F1 Academy. That I don't know how many cares about it. I'm wasting time trying to watch Formula 2, Formula 3 and fucking IndyCar. Can't waste more time on something that I even more don't care about. Brown, pink. Man, I can't apparently. Brown clayfish. There we have brown clayfish. Clayfish. Yeah.
Right, let's talk F1 Academy now, because Abby Pulling's run of 4 wins in a row came to an end in round 3 here in Barcelona this weekend. Pulling did win the first race on Saturday and started race 2 on pole, but Chloe Chambers blitzed past her into turn 1 and went on to win by more than 6 seconds to take her first victory of the season. The Haas driver told me just how she took such a dominant win.
We knew the win was right in sight, starting on the front row for both races, so I knew I had 2 chances at it. So, you know, kind of working just to...
Oh yeah, here we have clayfish brown. I believe. No, this is Clayfish Pink. Now going back to the stuff I'm already done. This.
To make sure that start was good for today, and was
come on.
able to kind of really capitalize on the start, take the lead into turn 1, and then from there on it was kind of smooth sailing to the end. Of course, it's a lot easier to be leading, especially at a track like this where the tire deg is so high. So I was able to kind of use that to my advantage and pull away for like a 7-second lead, I think, in the end.
And to do it on home turf with your Campos team as well, right? I guess they're pleased as well.
Yeah, I mean, of course the team is pleased. It's really good for the team standings as well as my own driver's standings.
Nice.
You know, winning here in Barcelona with the Spanish team at their home race meant a lot for them, I'm sure, and I was happy to kind of, you know, give them that win.
Chloe, what does this mean going forward? Because
Nothing.
ever since you got that first podium in Miami, I feel that you and the car have really come alive. You're now, what is it, tied with Dorian in second place, I think, in the championship. Do you feel like the championship starts now in a funny kind of way?
No, it's ended. Surely it's have not started.
Yeah, I mean, Jeddah wasn't our best weekend. I knew that for sure I could get better results from there on, but, you know, to have a win this early on in the season was a little bit of a surprise to me. Of course, in Miami, my qualifying wasn't so great, but I was really able to make the most of it in the races. That track is far easier to pass on than somewhere like Barcelona, for example, so I really knew I had to kind of improve on my qualifying pace to be able to have a shot at the win here in Barcelona, and luckily I was able to do that on Friday and qualify second for both races, so it gave me a really good shot at the win for, you know, 2 times during the weekend.
And I'm guessing that now you've got this momentum.
Okay, so it's 2 minutes.
The summer
maybe
break
more
is
this.
coming at a bad time because we've got to wait till Zandvoort, till the next round now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit upset that...
Wait, did they even talk about Formula 2, Formula 3 on this fucking F1 Nation podcast? The fuck is wrong with you, Tom Clarkson? You had so much interesting stuff that happened in Formula... Let's see, where the fuck do we have it? Formula 2... Oh my god. No, fuck me, I'm not changed it back. Oh shit, we need to go to... interesting stuff happened in... Yeah. 2 Americans on podium. Never mentioned in... F1 Nation podcast. Yeah, you're fucking... Oh, what the fuck is that called? Gloves on him. Fuck, do everyone have gloves on them? Okay, you can see him. Oh, the Bama doesn't. Until now you can't see. You can see the arena. Nope. 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 Oh, Bortoletto. Yeah, Dennis Hager doesn't have. Nope. Eller you can see. No. And you can see Paul Aron apparently have also gloves. Doesn't have. Can't see. And you can see. And maybe. Okay, that's somewhat hard to see. No. Okay, so 3 people have gloves on. Or was it 4? Yeah, 1. 2. Yeah, but the interesting thing, 2 Americans on podium. Okay, Formula 3 did something interesting happen there. And also they almost crashed with the teammates, with the Bortoletto and Miney. Could maybe have been mentioned, but nope. The fuck? Let's see, did something more interesting happen in... I mean, this is something you can maybe celebrate, Tom Clarkson, with your maybe British bias. I don't know if you have it. The British anthem was played in fucking Formula 3. I don't know how many if have happens in Formula 2 and Formula 3, but man, if you wanna hear the British national anthem in the end of a race, watch Formula 2, Formula 3, because only time you... Oh yeah, London Road race in Miami, you got to listen to it, but you didn't get to listen for Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, I don't know if something interesting you can... I mean, that's the only thing interesting. Maybe Maria Boya in the sprint race. Or that's... Let's see who... Yeah, let's see, Trident, I believe. 2 Tridents drove into each other when they could maybe have won.
And we aren't going to be in the car all the way up until Zandvoort. As of right now, I don't have any testing planned either, so I may, you know, come to Zandvoort a little bit rusty, but hopefully I'm able to kind of keep my skills sharp on the sim and, you know, work with the team during the summer break to kind of improve on what I am weakest in currently.
Have a great break and enjoy the rest of the season. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
It was great to see Chloe take such a dominant win, and her father was in the crowd just below the podium and looked incredibly emotional. Her first win in F1 Academy, and she now draws level with second place Dorian Pan on 81 points in the standings. Pulling still leads the way on 147, but it looks like we could have an open and exciting fight between the top 3 in the upcoming races. For more reaction and analysis from round 3, go to f1academy.com or follow at F1 Academy on social media. And the next round takes place during the Dutch Grand Prix weekend in Zandvoort from the 23rd to the 25th of August. We will, of course, be back next Monday from the Spielberg paddock with our review of the Austrian Grand Prix. But for now, thank you very much for listening. F1 Nation is produced by Formula One and Audio Boom Studios.
Yeah, now we're back to looking for the green I was already looking for. Man, why is it so hard to find some colors? And also go away. Fuck off. We don't need to see the ad for fucking Formula 1 F1 Nation fucking podcast. Man, that's... No. Go away. Green Dasher. It's unreal. What the fuck is the green Dasher? Dasher green. Can we just find this so I can move on? It's so depressing. Looking for a fish that I... There we have. Fuck me. Yeah, the first fish in a row. Fuck me. Flopper purple should be here somewhere. Flopper purple black. Glitter white. No, spotty white. Glitter purple. No, no. Nope. Glitter white. White brown. Then we have black green. Light gray. Light gray blue. Cob lime. And cob red. They were lime. Lime white. Red purple. No cob red. Better blue. Cob cyan. Yeah, you will be staying here forever. Fuck me, is still here. Cob red. No, what the fuck is it? Come on, cob red. Red, purple. Oh, the last ones, and then we can fuck end it. But yeah, I don't believe F1 or Tom Clarkson have ever talked about. I mean, he must have Formula 2 and Formula 3, but I feel like he cares more about the academia than F2 and F3. Purple Magenta. No, fuck me, it's not it's Purple Magenta. Purple Magenta. Pink light gray spotty. Oh wait, pink spotty. No, spotty white. Let me maybe think of. There are spotty pinks. Pink light gray. Pink light gray. Spotty Magenta. Spotty blue. Spotty brown. And spotty lime. Spotty Magenta. Magenta yellow. Sunstreak light gray. Light gray. Nice, we're done. How many fishes are there now? 23, 18, 20, 22, 24 minus 1, 23. Yep, 23. Okay, 17, 20, 21. No, 23. So it's 23, 19. Minus 23, 30, 41, 30, 40, 42. Yep. So we are at 1,719. This we can take back. Sounds like one more song, new song for Minecraft. Yeah, zombie, you would stay there until I change the chest room, maybe? Maybe not. Should I change the roof? What are you doing there? Man, you have walked a long way to... Oh yeah, maybe fall down. Oh my god, too many fishes in this place now. Like, why does this happen? Such a weird bug. Okay, let's collect the fishes and then we can... Place them down. Betty red blue, Betty black pink, Blockfish pink purple, Brownie pink white, Clayfish green brown, Clayfish red orange, Clayfish blue light blue, Clayfish brown light blue, Clayfish yellow black, Clayfish brown pink, Clayfish pink red. I think it's the second time I have got this pink red clayfish. Dasher grey red, Dasher green orange, Flopper purple black, Glitter white brown, Glitter black green, Glitter light grey blue. And we have Cob lime white, Cob red purple, Snooper purple magenta, Spotted pink light grey, Spotted magenta yellow, Sunstreak light grey grey. And the fish collection that I don't want is getting bigger. Well, it's disgusting many fishes here. Well, that will be something. Places down so many tropical fishes that every water block will be like it was over there. I mean, he looked like super few. Then just over there is just so many. And one day I need to actually build real elevators out. There's so much stuff I need to fix. Nope, doesn't look like any new fishes for the collection. Yeah, we are done. So, was it 2 days? Should be 2 days. Yeah, first day. Or could you say, let's see, how many? If we go to Formula schedule. No, that doesn't show it. That's boring. Can I see it in another place maybe? If we go search on F1 what's it is? It's Austria Training 1. Let's see, can I find it? I hate how there we have. Oh, so it's actually in 2 days. You can want to say 2 hours late. In a way, it will be in 2 days. Oh, we can go and sleep. So yeah, in 2 days, Formula 1 will be back. I believe Formula 2, Formula 3 will also be back. Let's see. Formula... Yeah, they will do the Austria, the Silverstone. So yeah. In 2 days, Formula 1 and Formula 2 and Formula 3 will be back. And that will be amazing. So let's see what happens next. But